Q4OS or Q4OS. What is it? Oh, it's a Debian Linux-based distribution that talks about that it's suitable for both newcomers as well as experienced computer users. And going through their website, it definitely looks like quite an interesting distro to try out. And it comes in two packages, or two GUIs mainly. It comes in the normal KDE, and it also comes in Trinity desktop as well, which of course is the KDE 3 environment still in existence today. It's basically KDE 3's version out as Mate desktop or Mate desktop is to GNOME 2. So the latest version, Q4OS, was recently released, and essentially, of course, it's been called Q4OS. It makes use of Debian 12 and with the latest version of Plasma. So I don't know very much about this OS, and it has been around since 2014. And I thought, well, you know what, let's all take a look at this and see, is it really as lean and fast as it's a show? But let's get started. We're going to do a new virtual machine. I'm just going to refresh Q4OS 5.2. And it is Debian 12. Let's give this 6 gigs of memory. 8 cores, just 100 gig hard drive, and I'm going to call it Q4OS. And let's boot it up. As it says, busy configuring the system. Do you know there are two types of installers? You have the live disk, which we've got, and you can, I believe, install the system from the live disk or ISO, and you can also download the straight installation image. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to first install it because that's the most fair. And it, of course, uses Calmaris installer. So these defaults are fine. And let's look at our package selection. We have desktop, featured with the web browser Office Suite. Basic, really lightweight, live. For those who want a system identical to the live, Pure, for the more desktop. I'm going to do the recommended for regular users. Let's erase the disk. It's just a swap to file. I'm going to do next to see. And this will Q4OS WN. Type a very strong password. And use the same password for the admin, aka root account, and hit install. So out of the box, they tell us what's available. My slide image here. What I'm going to do is I'll pause and come back once this has finished. Okay, successfully installed. Let's restart home. Okay, let's log in. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is fix the resolution. So screen scaling. 920 by 1080. Okay. First thing I'm going to do here is, as we can see, we've got this welcome screen. So let's run the desktop profiler. And I'm going to choose a full desktop, install. Okay, I guess that's all that's already once it's installed. Okay, so here we've got the profiler and the desktop environment. So you can install an additional desktop environment with this, as long as you acknowledge this option as the option. Quite interesting, actually. And let's close that. It's applications. Okay, this is pretty nice application installer. Install application. Okay, so let's choose Firefox and install. And it's downloading, I guess. Oh, look at this. Next. Oh wow, this looks quite clever. This looks like a Windows installer. That's actually a pretty way of doing it. And you can see it's just getting it from the repo. Okay, well, let's click here. And over here, of course, we have a vanilla setup here of how they've laid out KDEs. And really not very too much. I've installed Chromium web browser, Thunderbird, Conqueror web browser. Haven't seen Conqueror in ages. We'll be using it like a file manager. Let me a go. Fun fact, of course, Conqueror, Qt browser, and been around for many years. Okay, Firefox next. Click finish. And here is Firefox. Nice, interesting way of installing apps. And coming back here, you can also open up Discover, I guess. Install proprietary codecs. So, how do I do that? I just search for codecs. Multimedia codecs. Okay, so install application. Downloading again. And send top of install. Alright. Select close that in the meantime. Next, finish. Okay, here we have full screen scaling, set auto login. Now you know when that part waiting for. Nice app here. Version 3, version 7. Now that's in a VM. Okay, I'm going to go back to desktop profiler and other desktop environment. I'm actually going to choose the Trinity desktop environment. This should be something pretty different to look at. Then, now that I've done that, how do I actually get that installed? Do I have to go here? Trinity, okay. Very nice install. A little confused, actually. Where's Trinity? Okay. Okay, again. But I'll just say install, yes, apply. And let it do what it's doing in the background. Interesting to take a look there. Well, that's still not obvious to do. Utilities, standard, KDE, KWrite, Crusader file manager, installed. Really nice to see them including Crusader. If you don't know, Crusader are of the best file managers on Linux, and very similar commands to Midnight Commander. So great to see this be installed. System monitor. Out of the box, 1.5 gigs of memory usage. Bear in mind, it's also doing and download at the moment as well. Lower CPU usage, pretty great. Settings, firewall configuration. Let's which is pre-configured to be off. Card media. H3P disk burning, that's a program I haven't looked at in a very long time. Can't remember the last time I wrote a disk. No, I don't have a optical drive anymore. Interesting. Well, yes, this is sometimes for some older workstations as well. And there's still workstations out there with optical drive, so it makes sense. LibreOffice, of course. And most things set up here. Running 7.4.72. Debian package, which is to be expected being a Debian-based OS. These are nicely, differently set up. Well, it does have a pretty much of a very vanilla feel on ADE. I mean, even if we look at the about system, it talks about that it's Debian 12. Okay, here it's still downloading the Q4OS additional packages. I take it these are for the Trinity desktop, which I'm looking forward to trying out in a moment. Okay, this finish, so let's log out quickly. The TDE, Trinity, login. This is retro. Okay, so let's first configure the desktop. Display. Live intermittent AC. Accept the config. Okay, of course, here we've got it running the Trinity desktop environment, which is differently tweaked to look more like Windows XP than anything else. Trinity desktop environment, of course, the KDE3 still in existence by a different team that's taken it over. So let's just get a terminal quickly. Terminal, and I'm just going to do a htop rather. And I'm using 557 megs of memory, and not bad. Okay, so taking a look here, of course, we've got some applications, the software center, which we looked at earlier. That's not a massive amount of selection of software here, I must say. More, of course, if we were to open up Synaptic, so let's just authenticate here. Close. And of course, these are repos, so let's use Debian repos and some of their own as well. And 65,000 packages available, so genuinely the Debian repo should be available here. Okay, control panel. And this is, of course, the old KDE days, or of course, Trinity desktop environments. Here, right command, documents, also opening up in Trinity's contract, so, and of course, programs, LibreOffice, going back, Chromium browser, DLC player, etc. The only thing I'm trying to highlight is how would you update the system apart from doing it via the command line? Because I'm sure that there must be some form of an update tool. Updates. And we wouldn't be using Discover. This Discover is being called over from KDE. That's very interesting. Control panel. No, I don't see anything here that talks about updating. Theme manager. and of course the Q4OS theme, illustrated theme as well. Wow, this takes me back. This looks like an old Windows 95 to 98 look. This change that. That's a Q4OS. Whoa, and some very interesting ones here. One classic product cable ones. Okay, so if I just mark all upgrades and apply nothing, preferences, Android, automatically can propose the highest version, network, weave, okay, and then just make close this, and then you open up the terminal again. I do sudo apt updates, sudo apt upgrade, and if I want to install something else, sudo apt install learn. Of course, you can install your applications normally from the CLI. It's cool. Okay, so what I think, well, really a great environment. I like what they've done when it comes to, at least on the Trinity desktop side. I'm sure in the other KDE, maybe there's a theme I need to change it to so it looks more like KDE or the environment. But, and I like that in a software center. The only thing I don't like is that I find that the selection here is small. So I don't know if I'm supposed to, if I search for something else, if it's not part of these 53, then it doesn't seem to pick it up. So I do like, if you come in, I suppose, from Windows, it makes it look like installing this application like any other Linux application. So, and I like what they've done, especially with the Trinity desktop. It's looking really, really nice. Very, very old school, but I can see this working very well on older laptops. And I have an older laptop, and I won't mind running this on. I'm just going to see if they don't have a similar theme on their normal browser. So I'd like to see that. It's just curses. The welcome screen, like a welcome screen, works pretty nicely, straight into the point. You know, I can't really complain. They do have their layout here. Okay, so I can change it. Okay. This is nice. This is, I suppose, then on intake. I don't know why they don't have this set as the default in KDE and why they've got with vanilla KDE, because this is a nice, it's a nice default. And the way they've set it up, I can see why a user would use this. Really, really great. I wish they would add more software to their software engine instead of having to rely now on Discover. Because even if I was to now be a user, I'd be very confused. Knowing what I should I be using Discover? Should I be using the other tool? But at the end of the day, and it all works similar. So maybe if they are thinking of moving it over, just have a bit of a guide. But a memory usage, really great, really well. And yeah, I'm actually probably going to try this out on my, as I said, on one of my laptops, especially a bit older, use less memory, at least with Trinity. And yeah, folks, if you've used this before or you have comments, leave them below. As always, thank you for watching.